Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Doc.
How are you,
Good.
James? All good?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
It's okay.
Great. Right. We'll start in a minute. Hope my screen is visible to you guys.
Yes, it is.
Okay. All
Yes.
right.
It is.
Very good. Very good. All right. All right. So today we'll be talking about natures of global business. Again, when we talk about international business, global business, or across the territory, all it means that we are talking about territory which is outside the country. That mean to say, when two trade partners, they are having their offices in different location, different countries, and then they want to do trade with each other. These trade, the as I said, like trade, that mean to say give and take of services in exchange of monetary value. Right. So global business, sometimes we call it international business, sometimes another format of it is multinational companies who are in operation with multiple countries. Right. They have their physical operations in multiple countries. We call them multinational companies, whereas there is a possibility that two of the companies they don't have their physical offices in other country, but still they can be a part of global business ecosystem. Right. So let's discuss about the business without global business. Can we think of something in a bigger way? Safe example, you are driving a car. Can we think of a car, a automobile or four-wheeler or two-wheeler without having global business that the company is not indulged in global business? Probably, I don't know, at least in India, don't know about your country, but at least in my country in India, uh, unless until there is a trade happening between two countries, probably sometimes uh, four-wheeler or two-wheeler, sometimes it could be difficult. Not all brands are being manufactured in India, but there are many brands who are international brands like Toyota, like BMW, like Mercedes, like Benz, right? Or Hyundai. So a lot of brands being manufactured over here, but there are a lot of brands which are not being manufactured over here, but their parts being imported and then it get assembled in India, right? Likewise, when we talk about drinks, when we talk about soft drink, we talk about Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Probably it is not possible without having a global business in scenario. Likewise, we talk about coffee, we talk about mobile phone, we talk about laptop, we talk about desktop, we talk about TV, right? So there are, I'm like, we cannot say that without global business, local business cannot happen or business cannot happen, but we cannot ignore or we cannot completely deny that without global business, a country can run their complete business activity. Sometimes we need to import edibles, that is wheat and rice. Sometimes we have to export these things to other countries. Sometimes we have to export raw material, minerals, coal, and other things. And in return, we are getting some other products imported. Sometimes it's import of what you say, health equipment, sometimes medicines, sometimes pharma. So we talk about most of the things one way or the other, global businesses involved. Now let's understand the definition of global business. The moment we say global business, that means to say global business involves economic activities transcending borders, fostering cross-cultural interactions and resource exchange. So there are three or four things which are involved over here. One is activities outside the borders. Second is cross cultural interactions. So two countries, they have difference of culture, so that interactions. And resource exchange. Resource exchange, it could be exchange of goods against money, or against money you are buying something, right? So it's a resource exchange. That is the definition of global business. When we talk about importance of global business, the company is seeking expansions, market diversification, and competitive sustainability in our interconnected world. That means to say, if a country want to expand their business outside their country, or they want to go for expansion, to explore multiple market which is available across the globe, and to get connected with other countries in the world, that is what the importance of global business. Now let's understand the globalization. Globalization is basically the ongoing process of increasing interdependence among nations. One nation is getting dependent on other nations in exchange of goods, services, information, and cultural elements. And these goods could be anything and everything. That's what we are talking about. Services could be anything and everything. Information, exchange of information, that is also there, and cultural elements, right? So ongoing process. So it's never ending process. That means to say, today a level of globalization might have happened. International companies started doing business with your country, or your country started doing business with other countries. That has already started. So that is the start of globalization, but doesn't mean that that ends over there. So it's ongoing process, never ending process, in exchange of goods, services, information, and cultural elements. Right. So that is the definition of globalization. Now let's understand the key factors driving globalization. It's technological innovations, for example, internet, economic liberalization, policies, and the cultural exchange that breaks down geographical boundaries, right? So overall, key factors which drives globalization are technological innovation. That means to say, a country might be having advanced technology, and receiving country want to have that particular technology in their country. Likewise, economic liberalization, that means to say ease of doing business in two countries, right? So instead of restricted trade policies that no one can enter into the territory and they cannot do business, it's not like that. It's basically liberalization. You can do business in other countries, but with a certain legal, or you have to follow certain policies. And it will also help in cultural exchange, that is going to break down the geographical limitations. Now let's understand the global market scope. So let's understand the characteristics of global business. It expands market reach beyond national boundaries, offering access to diverse consumer base and emerging markets. So these are the characteristics of global business. So I have made whole topic in very small bits and pieces so that it will be easy for us to understand, right? Because time is less and we have to discuss more. So I've made it very small definitions, very small pointers, so that it clicks and we are able to understand. So broadly, characteristics of globalization, we talk about global market scope. That means to say, beyond national boundaries, you are offering access of diverse consumer base and emerging market. And cross-cultural dynamics, that mean to say, successful global businesses navigate diverse cultural landscape, emphasizing on adaptability, communication, and cultural sensitivity, right? The moment we get into any other country, there are some cultural values, there are some cultural respect which are there, right? Some cultural sensitivities are there. So based on that, we need to understand each other, and then we have to accept it. So cultural landscape emphasize on adaptability. We have to adapt each other's culture. We have to pay respect to each other, each of the countries, and then accordingly we are going to do it, right? So that is basically characteristics of global business. Now let's understand reason of globalization. Why globalization is happening? It's because of economic factor. So higher profit, It pursues of higher profits, tapping into new market, and mitigating risk associated with economic fluctuations. So if you only remain in a particular place, probably you are not able to explore other part of the country or other part of the city. Probably you have limitations that you will grow to a limited extent. Whereas the moment you open your wings and try to travel it outside your city or outside the country, probably it is going to bring higher profits. You are going to tap new markets, and the risk of economic fluctuations, that mean to say, in case something goes wrong in your country or in your location, probably your business will get affected. So overcoming that, you are actually going to explore other market as well. So that is economic factor. When we talk about technological advancement, that means to say the countries who are advanced in the technologies, the receiving company is going to import those technology in the country so that their technological level will also get improved. Likewise, in case our country is good in some technology, we'll be happy to export it some other countries so that benefit will be getting, the country will get benefit, at the same time other country their technological level will improve, right? So for example, you have modern machineries available, you have modern machineries available to manufacture products, goods or products, right? Manufacture or assemble various automobile products, right? Likewise, there could be importing semi-assembled products and assembling it in your country, right? And then that's how it can happen, right? So there are many technological advancement. Maybe it could be in terms of technology, we talk about software, we talk about hardware, we talk about actual knowledge base that will help to improve the infrastructure as well, right? Say for example, building and road infrastructure development, country might not be having all infrastructures available in their country, advanced infrastructures available in their country, so they may be importing it from the countries where it has advanced infrastructure, so that quality of road and transport can be improvised. Likewise, third important reason of globalization is market saturation. In a particular region, there is a possibility that market will get saturated, so you will not have extra money coming in, or within the domestic market, you will not be able to explore much. So you get extra territory to explore so that you get more business. Future expansions, that will be the part of future expansions. Now let's understand various types of business, global businesses. A part of it we have already discussed in last class, but in a specific about the nature of global business, that's where we are talking about all these things. So type of global business is either exporting, that means to say selling products or services to foreign market. Example is Apple exporting iPhones globally, right? Second is licensing and franchising. For example, allowing foreign entries to use intellectual property. For example, Coca-Cola licensing its brand to local bottling company, right? It's not that Coca-Cola from US is coming in your country and manufacturing it. No, they have shared the intellectual property, they have shared the formula, and then based on their agreement, local bottling company is actually making Coca-Cola. Foreign direct investment, where establishing a physical presence in a foreign country, that a country want to establish there. For example, Indian company want to establish their factory in Zambia. So what will happen? They will acquire land, they will establish machineries and all. So foreign direct investment will come in the country. For example, BMW building manufacturing plants in different countries. It's not only BMW, there are other players as well. Then market entry strategies, different approaches. So to enter into any market, there are various approaches that one can adopt. It could be choose among exporting, that means to say you want to export only. There is a trade partner, say for example, I want to export something to James in Zambia. So what will happen? James will be placing an order, I will be exporting it to him, and then he will make the payment and products will be at his place. So that is a standard process of exporting, right? From India to Zambia, right? Likewise, Zambia might be having something extra which is quite particular, quite peculiar, quite good, and there is an opportunity in any other country, so they can be exporting it. Similarly, licensing, as I spoke about Coca-Cola licensing, which is a licensing process. Likewise, joint ventures, so two of a company coming together and started doing some business, right? Wholly owned subsidiary based on market analysis and strategic goals. So wholly owned subsidiary company, for example, BMW owns a complete manufacturing unit but establishing in some other country, right? Then important factor is consideration. Factor includes market size, regulatory environment, cultural diversities, nuance and level of control desired by the company. So, what are the things that a company takes into consideration when they are entering into new market? They look at the market size. What is the market opportunity which is there? Regulatory opportunity, that means to say, is everything safe, legal and good, or there are some threats in terms of safety of manpower, raw material. Safe example, robbery is not there, any kind of nuisance are not there. Level of control that they may have in the country, in the company. Likewise, say I'm going to give you an example of level of control. Say, for example, you want to establish a company in Middle East, right? Maybe Saudi Arabia or UAE or any other country. They have an option that you can start a company, but you have to have a local person as a partner. That means to say there is a limited control only. You cannot hold more than 50% of market company share in a normal way. Whereas there are other regions like export zones and all, where country has started giving some kind of leverage that you can have your own 100% equity, 100% company share, but you have to fulfill certain norms, right? So there are multiple things by which you can enter into any market. Then cultural considerations. As I said, we need to respect each other. We need to respect each other's culture. For example, Boeing in Japan business is a culture that they bow their head and they greet each other. That is the culture of Japanese business, right? So likewise, they reciprocate it with respect, right? Similarly, there are other kind of cultural values that any country might be holding. So we need to respect those cultural values so that there is no conflict of values, and people will not feel offended about that, right? So we have to respect each other. Impact of cultural differences, it affects negotiation style, business etiquettes and consumer behavior. So when there are two cultures coming together, so we need to understand it, right? So in case sometimes you shake hand with your business partners, the way that you shake hand, the way that you greet, sometimes you greet as Japanese do, they bow their head to greet. Likewise, in India there are some other culture, in Saudi there is some other culture, in Africa there is some other culture, right? Sometimes we greet each other by handshake, by turning checks to take checks, and also these kind of cultural values are there. So we need to understand those things, and these helps in terms of the way that you talk. Sometimes few of the words people get offended, so we need to understand all those things and then only use the kind of words which could be appropriate for each other. Then it comes about in large is a legal and regulatory environment. Cultural things are okay, market size is okay, but the most important thing is legal and regulatory environment. Overview of legal complexity. In case legal frameworks are very complex, then companies will not come forward to invest or start working in any other country. Sometimes what happens, you start your company, but when you try to work on something, you later on realize that you cannot do those activities because you have limited, or you have to fulfill some of the legal formalities, then only you will be able to do it. So if a country has a complex legal framework, less of the companies will be entering into that particular country. So there we need to understand diverse legal frameworks, trade agreements, and regulatory landscapes. What are the things that you can start manufacturing? What are the stuff that you can start importing? Can you have international resources available at other country territory, right? So in case you want to import something, what are the taxation that will be involved? What will be the formality? What kind of paper and documentation work that you have to clear, right? So is it just like that you can import, or there are certain formalities to be done? Some of the products you can import it directly. Some of the products you may have to take further licensing, or you may have to take further approval before you start doing the trade, right? Sometimes trade agreement, few of the companies, they say like, unless until 100% of the payment will not be received, will not be sending it from their country or their place to other country. Likewise, some other country, they have their, some other company, they have their policy that even if 50% of things, 50% of the amount are paid, it will start, but you have to make the payment before it reaches other destination, right? So there are many things. For example, if it is being if it has been transported from by sea, then it will take 30 days, 40 days, or some time. Whereas if it has been shipped from or sent from aircraft, that means to say within 24 hours product will reach. So before that you have to make the payment. So what kind of regulatory and trade agreements that you have, that need to understand. Compliance and challenges means adhering the where legal requirement. If you want to start a software development company, I want to start a software development company in Zambia, what are the legal requirements that I have to fulfill? If I want to start a manufacturing unit in Zambia, what are the things that I have to take a legal requirements? For example, labor license. I have to take license from corporate affairs, right? And then have to take permission from finance department that I can bring money, international dollar. I can accept or make payment in international currencies or not. Likewise, if you want to export certain products in America, edible products, you have to have certain licenses. Without that you cannot sell it. Likewise, in European countries, there are certain norms which are there. Unless until you don't have those licenses or data protection regulations, if you don't have, you cannot do business in that particular country, right? So there are a lot of legal and regulatory environments which are there. You can start a business. Unless until you don't have X amount of investment in a country, you cannot have your own infrastructure, you cannot take your own infrastructure. So likewise, there are a lot of legality, there are a lot of regulatory things are there that we need to understand when we try to start a business. Sometimes you invest some X amount of money. For example, if I invest $500,000 in a particular country, I'll get resident visa, or I'll get PR, which is permanent resident. Whereas to how many members? Whether unlimited or to a limited numbers. Likewise, in case I am starting a business in other country, how many visa that country will be giving, so that I can have my own employee from my own country at other country place. So there are a lot of things which are involved. Sometimes international companies, they have, when international companies are hiring local people, they have to have different kind of legal and regulatory formalities that need to be fulfilled, healthcare and other things. So there are n number of things that we need to understand. Then only a company can start their physical operation in any other country, right? Then currency and exchange rate risk. Always there is a there is a fluctuation in exchange rate, which pose challenge to cost and profits, right? So sometimes what happened, there is as I was telling last time, there was a war which erupted, and or some kind of, what you say, the relationship between India and China that got disturbed, and that affected adversely that import of electronic products get costlier, and it was not coming directly from China to India, whereas it has to get routed from other destinations. So cost increases, right? Likewise, risk management strategies that we have to understand, which is about techniques, diversifications, staying informed about global economic trends, how things are going to happen, right? Safe example, US and Turkey had some kind of disparity and some kind of differences. The exchange rate, the currency rate has dropped down from 4.5 to 2.5, in exchange of the conversion, right? So lira, the value of lira got down a lot, and then that affected the economy of the country. And at the same time, in case someone might be exporting it, right? Someone, any of the Turkish company might be importing some product from other country, probably they have to pay higher cost because currency rates, exchange rates are fluctuating very heavily. Then let's understand the benefits of global business. It reduces dependency on a single market. That is market diversification. It helps you to reach out to the new market. Then second important benefit is access of resources. Means tapping into diverse resources including skilled labor, raw material, and advanced technology. Similarly, economies of scale, it achieve cost advantage through increased production volume and operational efficiency. Say, for example, if a country want to start their manufacturing unit in a country where the cost of labor is very high, very low, in comparison to starting a manufacturing unit in European or American country or any developed country where cost of labor is very high. So instead, what they do, what companies they do, they start their production at a place where raw materials are cheaper, where labor is manpower is very cheap, and they manufacture it, they produce it, and they ship it by. So they only have to only have to bear the cost of shipment, and they are able to get it at the cheaper price. Sometimes they import raw material for somewhere else, they do the manufacturing somewhere else, and then they ship it to some other country because of economies of scale. Then technology transfer, gaining access to cutting edge technologies and innovations. If I start my business in a very developed country, right, what will happen? The technologies which are being used in and around, I'll also be aware of that, and I can also start adopting it. Likewise, say for example, if BMW car manufacturing company is starting their operation in Zambia, they cannot start it unless until they are not sending technology to that particular country, right? So there is advancement. So high end machineries will be used. That means to say, skill of manpower will be improving, knowledge will improve, qualification will improve. Automatically, income will also increase. So increase. What will happen? Overall, economy will be much better. So that's what the advantage of global business. Now let's understand the challenges of international business. Political risk. I'm going to give you a recent example, right, in terms of global business. Uh, there is a small country nearby India, which is I forgot the name. It was just near my head. Mauritius, right? A small country called Mauritius. The most of their economy is dependent on tourism, right? There is a change in the government. A new president came, and his policy is not in favor of India. Now he declared that lot of trade associations, whatever it was, whatever India and Mauritius was having, he wanted to cut it down just because of his interest and his intention not to do positive business with India. Their interest has changed, and in a one go, there were more than 5,000 reservations that got cancelled for all the travelers who were who were planning to travel from India to Mauritius during holidays, which just passed, right? And they canceled it, and that has affected the business of Mauritius hotel industry and hospitality industry a lot, because Indian used to go to Mauritius and they used to enjoy a lot of fun time and all, right? Maldives, right? So I'm confusing about Mauritius or Maldives, but yes, there is a country, right? So Maldives. I think Maldives. Yes, I'm sorry. In case I was using Mauritius, I was mistaken. It is Maldives, right? So small coast, a small place which is full of islands. So people used to go over there for holidays, right? So just because there is a small change, a small rift that has happened, the whole hospitality industry of the Maldives has gone down, right? So likewise, it happened with other countries as well, like Russia and Ukraine. The war has started and it is affecting. Similarly, the war is going between in a GCC region as well, right? Likewise, sometimes there are some rift between India and China, or China and other territorial countries which are there. Similarly, there are some rifts between African countries, in between African countries and other regions as well, right? Someone want to suppress these countries so that they want, but African leaders they want to come out of those all things, right? So the moment there is a policy which is involved, in case there is a change in the policy because of government change or some kind of geopolitical instability that happens, there are lot of business uncertainty will be there. Since you have already invested in some other country, probably taking out that money and resources is not so easy, right? So there is a political risk which is there. Cultural barriers which are there, different in language, communication style, and business practices, right? And then legal complexities. right? So you need to learn other countries' legal system, taxation system, contracting system, licensing system, and compliance issues, so that there should not be any problem, right? So there are many challenges which are there, but still there are solutions which are available. Now let's understand uh, how global business is expanding. I have taken example of Amazon as an international market in terms of e-commerce. Likewise, you guys might be aware about Alibaba, which is also selling a lot in a lot of countries. Similarly, there are, as we had, Coca-Cola was another example, BMW was another example, that that they manufacture their products or bottle their products in other countries. Some of the countries they face challenge because Starbucks faced challenge because of cultural context, right? They were not aware how to serve people, how to greet people of that particular country, and that's where Starbucks faced lot of discomfort, and it suffered, it make their business to suffer, right? Other day also I was giving an example that a very large retail brand, they started their operation in one of a European country, and they ignored the cultural value, and that affected their business a lot, and they had to shut down that operations. They had appointed thousands and thousands of people, they have built a very big infrastructure, right? And then they have to shut down because they were not able to retain the value of that particular country, right? So likewise, positive and negative, we need to understand both side of it. Now let's understand the future trends. In current scenario, e-commerce innovations, we understand that Amazon is the platform or Alibaba is the platform where the product that we want to buy, we can place the order using online platform, and that product will be delivered to you on your doorstep. Maybe it may take some time, but it will be delivered. In case you want to cancel your order, you can cancel it, you will get your money refunded. Similarly, digital transformation, which is happening, that means to say incorporation of digital infrastructure, right? Creation of server, software park, or converting the whole physical mode of uh, billing and accept making payment or acceptance of electricity bill and all. Digital transformation has happened, which is in a good direction. And then sustainable business practices. I'm like, all these, it reduces the manpower requirement, and one can actually make the payment directly online, right? So it is not required to have a person dependency, or you have to have an office and the counter where you go and make a physical payment. No, it's not like that. So you can make the payment directly from your place, your mobile app and all, and you will be able to do your transact. Likewise, if I want to book air ticket or a rail ticket or anything like that, I can book it online and can travel to the destination. So trends are changing. So adaptation of these emerging trend is what is there, that's what the future is. So in the global business, we need to adopt all these practices. Similarly, there are technological impact which is there. For example, we talk about artificial intelligence, we talk about machine learning, we talk about blockchain applications, automation of influencing operational efficiency and business strategies. So a lot of automations are happening, right? Let me give you an example of manufacturing or assembling of automobile parts, right? Automobile four-wheeler, right? So it's not always that human being is going to do nut and bolt activity. There are robots or automated machineries which are there. They pick the product, it comes on a conveyor belt after certain time. So process is being set, and it get assembled, and then screws are getting fixed, and then it moves to the next platform, and finally get assembled and then move out. That is the best example of automation. Likewise, when we talk about artificial intelligence, that, I mean, we can understand the intelligence what we are using, what Google is using, what YouTube is using, or Facebook is using, or any other social media platform is using. Similarly, other operational efficiencies, the technologies which are there, right? Or sometimes material that's being used initially, Very hard material were used in manufacturing automobiles, but now alloy or fabricating materials are not so heavy, so the weight of the automobile also goes down, and that's what it increases the efficiency of the car, right? Likewise, it is applicable for other industry as well, right? So future trend is emerging trend, which is innovations and technology. These are the two things which are there, which is happening a lot across the globe. So these are the industries, these are the place where we need to adopt it so that we could be profitable. Now let's understand slowly and slowly. These are the generic thing. Now let's understand how post-COVID scenario has changed. Post-COVID, right? Understand that in during COVID, many of the countries, their operations got blocked completely. People were stuck in their house and they were not able to do anything. Since it happened abruptly, so there were a lot of disturbances that happened. But slowly and slowly, government started realizing that we cannot run like that. So they started operating, they started adopting various digital technologies into various aspects of the business so that their business can keep running. So digitalization is integration of digital technologies in various aspects of business operations. It's not automation. We are not saying about automation. It's about digitalization. That means to say use of digital technology. For example, earlier we used to make calls and then we used to discuss. That means to say telecommunication was involved. But now, say for example, we have a voice note system available on WhatsApp, or even other messengers which are also there. We can just use it and we can send our message. Even if you don't have a phone number, still you can make a call to your near and dear ones. Then post COVID acceleration, rapid adoption of digital transformation across industries. Every industry started adopting it very fast, be it education, be it healthcare, be it transportation, be it insurance, be it bill payment, or other utility facilities. Every every department started using digital transformation. Then key technologies, if we talk about post-COVID, is emphasis on cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and data analytics. Now, when we say cloud computing, that means to say initially, when we were supposed to host a website or keep a website, there used to be a physical server available in the room for which you have to have 24 by 7 backup, electricity backup, internet connectivity should be there. Then only you will be able to do it. And it used to be very costly. But post COVID, what happened? There are a lot of digital infrastructure and cloud infrastructure. That means to say you need not to store physically in your place, whereas there you can log into any of a server using your username and password, and you can start operating as if you are operating on your local system. Right? You can see there are a lot of laptops, a lot of computers which has started coming, that you need not to save your files physically on in the local system. There are one cloud or there are other systems which are available. You can save it over there and it will be there on the cloud whenever you want. You just need to have internet connectivity with your laptop and you can access those files anywhere you are. You can access those files on your mobile, you can access it on your laptop or any of a gadget that is available, maybe tablet, just by logging in with your username and password. Right? So technologies are the countries started emphasizing a lot on technological advancement and acceptance and adaptation of digital platforms. Right? Then in enhanced connectivity. This is also very important part. The speed of internet starts improving a lot, right? Initially, it was just for the sake of some of the entertainment things that used to happen. But during this COVID, what happened? Schools and colleges started taking their lectures and classes on digital platforms. Offices start operating from work from home, right? Not only in the country, but outside the country also, they start communicating sitting at home. So for that seamless communication, speed of internet has to be very high. So that's where high speed broadbands or 3G, 4G, and 5G connectivity came into the market. Likewise, virtual collaboration. That means to say remote working and global collaboration. You need not to be physical. You will not be going physically to any other location. For example, to deliver the lecture, I'm not in Zambia. I'm sitting in India. Someone is from Bangladesh. Someone is from Zambia. Someone else is from somewhere else, and we all are remote and working together. So that's the beauty of virtual collaboration, and that has improved a lot after COVID. Likewise, when we talk about digital transformation in Zambia, you can see I have just captured this information, identified it from Google, that Zambian government launches a Smart Zambia initiative leveraging technologies for economic development. There could be some policies which are there. I'm not much aware, but I have just collected the information. And that has happened post-COVID. Now let's understand how e-commerce boom has happened post-COVID, right? So accelerated adoption of online shopping and digital transactions. It said accelerated adoption. That means to say more and more people start shopping online by making payment with digitally by making digital payment, maybe through their card, maybe through net banking, or maybe through wallets. Second important thing which has started happening is contactless solutions. In lot of countries and lot of shopping stores, it has improved in terms of contactless payments. That means to say you have purchased products, just swipe it. You need not to give it to the people, and also just you show it, it will capture the details and it will be done, right? Likewise, you can also do it using online services. For example, there's a QR code which is there. I'll scan it from my mobile and payment will be done. So it's called contactless payment, right? So likewise, global market access means smaller businesses reaching global audience through e-commerce platform. So if I have a product, I want to sell it to global market, I can register my product, I can register my company or my product on Amazon and other platform like that, and my audience people will start purchasing it, and I'll be selling it from my country, from my location. So small businesses can also reach to global audience. That is for the product. Now for services, say for example, I'm a small person sitting in India. I'm providing a service to Yesbud University, and in exchange of that, whatever the lectures that I'm providing, probably I'll get money for those things. So that is basically small businesses or small people also start doing online business. Likewise, we when I started working as a freelancer, or I started working 15 years back as a start of my business in terms of digital media agency, I was having most of my clients were from US, and we were very small. We were hardly 2 3 members that we started, right? So we were the small businesses who were delivering the requirement of their US companies requirement. We were delivering it. In return, we used to get money. Sometimes we used to ask for advance money. Sometimes we used to ask for postpaid money once services are delivered. So it is opening up the window for even for the small businesses. Then next important thing is supply chain organization optimization. That means to say making a product reach from picked from one location and get it reached to some other location via any means, maybe through road transport, maybe through ship, maybe through airlines and all. So it has improved supply chain mechanism, right? So it has improved the connectivity. More collaboration has happened. More digital. You can also track your packets. You can track your shipment where it is right now. So there is a transparency which is there with the help of technology. That's where supply chain optimization is a reality right now. Similarly, if we understand that Zambia's digital marketplace, I'm not very sure. You guys have to confirm. ShopZ is facilitating online commerce in Zambia. I'm not very sure whether ShopZ is available in Zambia or not. You guys have to confirm, right? But this is the kind of thing which is available in Zambia for online commerce, right? Platform like ShopZ facilitating online commerce in Zambia. So likewise, there could be many more. I'm not aware of it, but there could be many more. Then next important thing that has happened post COVID is data driven decision making policy. So decisions are being taken based on data which are available, right? So big data utilization means more and more decisions are being taken based on data, not on gut feel, not on just a discussion. It's on actual data. So since most of the things are getting digitalized, so a lot of data are available, and you can actually analyze it and then decide whether to sell a particular product in a particular territory or not. For example, you are selling 10 products online, right? And you are getting good sales. But which product is giving you most profit, you can only get to know unless until you are not doing data analysis, right? And that too, when you have a data across the globe, that means to say some of the data is from X country, other data is from Y country, other data is from Z country. So you have to analyze all these things and then review which is giving you the best possible returns. Likewise, predictive analytics means based on past history, you are going to predict what will be the future. That means to say what sale can you generate in future, what will be market trend, what will be consumer behavior, how consumers are going to behave for your product. So you will be able to do predictive analytics, means you will predict what can happen. Similarly, personalization, customizing product and services based on data-driven consumer preference. For example, I am a customer and I'm buying every day. I'm ordering grocery on some of the platform, right? And I'm getting fresh vegetables or fruits from that particular platform. So what happens? The platform, with the help of artificial intelligence and technology, they will be able to personalize my requirement, that and they will trigger some notification saying that you have not placed order today, please select the product. That milk is there, fruits are there, groceries there. Every day that we are purchasing, we need fresh vegetables, so that will be a kind of notification. I used to purchase medicine from a pharmacy online store. So what happens, being diabetic, so I'm purchasing it every month, right? What happens the moment 25 days goes, that particular platform send a trigger and says that a humble reminder for your medicine which is due on so and so date, right? And it says if you want to place the same order, just click same, and then it will be placed, and the product will be, medicine will be delivered at my doorstep. In case I want to make change, I just need to upload, take the screenshot of prescription from the doctor, I have to upload it, and they will send those medicines to my doorstep, right? So that is enhanced efficiency which is there. Then data utilization, Zambia's data utilization. So Zambia Revenue Authority utilizes data analysis for tax administration. So this is one of the example which is also there in Zambia, right? Then cyber security and imperative post COVID. Sorry. So as digitalization is increasing very fast, cyber threats are also increasing very fast. You may be aware that someone has copied someone password and has created a new Facebook account, which you have not created it, but someone else has created it exactly on your name and every data. Likewise, if you are using password at a place which is very at a place which is commonly used, desktop and all, probably that get breached. Likewise, there are, unless until if securities, your server is not secured, your website is not secure, all the data whatever it has, anyone can breach in and then can get the data and hack your system, right? So it is not only that they will stop your system, but they can do manipulations in your system so that all your records will go waste, right? So that is very important threat which is there post COVID. Then cybersecurity investment is a huge investment for country, right? So companies prioritizing cybersecurity measures to protect sensitive information. It's a huge investment. It is not a cheaper solution. Then remote security, ensuring secure remote work environment with robust cybersecurity protocol. Say, for example, we are working remotely. Banking segment is also working remotely. So if something goes wrong, what will happen? Someone will enter into the banking system and then complete thing will go waste, right? So when more and more remote works are happening, that means to say people are sitting at remote place and they are doing their operations, they are working in some other system placed at some other place. So for that we need to work on cyber security protocol with a very high secured server protocol that we need to. adopt. Then continuous adaptation is there. Keeping cyber threats required ongoing vigilance and adaptation. So that is something that has to be there. Likewise, Zambia's cybersecurity initiative, Cybersecurity and Cybercrime Act 2021 reflects the government commitment to strengthen cybersecurity. Every government is doing it, though it could not be sufficient, but they have taken the initiative so that they have started working on it. Right. So these are some of the problems which are there, but cybersecurity means security of data and information is most crucial thing in today's world. Right. Now let's understand few of software MNC companies in Africa. So far I had been talking about in general. Now you can see, uh, after talking about in general, I started talking about digitalization post COVID, and that's where lot of global opportunities also start coming in. Likewise, there are various companies, international companies, who have started their operations in Africa. That is again a kind of global business. That means international companies started their operation in Zambia or in Africa region. That means to say local manpower will be used, local resources will be used, and they will be working on the softwares or technology solutions, and that will be used by international companies. In return, people will get their money as a salary or as a profit or whatever it is. So software export growth, the impact of global business on Zambia's software industry has been substantial. So it has started improving. So when people sitting in Zambia started working on softwares to be developed for other countries, that's where global business starts happening. Then factors driving growth. Increased demand for Zambian software solutions globally. There is a possibility few of the softwares are, because resources are very talented, they started working on the software development, and those are economic, cheaper in comparison to other countries. So probably these softwares are being more in demand at a global level. Similarly, collaboration with international tech companies. There is a possibility few of the Zambian companies might have collaborated with international tech companies so that they will be developing it over here and will be working remotely for some other international companies. Skilled workforce contributing software development. So these are the factors which are driving growth. Now let's understand the case study for multinational companies entering into the African market. Major global tech companies like Microsoft, IBM, Oracle, SAP often establish operations in various parts of Africa. Major challenges and opportunities in combination and needs continuous innovation. So there are a lot of challenges and limitations which are there. So that requires every day we require to have a continuous updations that will be there. Opportunities for Zambian software developers to contribute to global technology advancements, that is also there. Right. Overall, when we talk about the impact on a global business, it increases operational efficiency. So digitalization enhances operational efficiency and seamless process. Global collaboration, it helps you to collaborate with global players and improve your work culture, environment, and outcome. Market reach, you will be able to reach out to new markets outside the boundaries. Resilience, digital tools contribute to the resilience of business in face of global uncertainties. Right. Opportunities and challenges, access to global customer base, innovation and improved customer experience. Challenges, cybersecurity threats, digital drive, lot of challenges are there. Sometimes investment amount is also a big challenge. So overall, because time is also almost at the end, so I'm also almost at the last slide, second last slide. So in terms of summary and conclusion, overall, when we talk about global business in terms of dynamic interconnected landscape, global business operates in dynamic and interconnected economic environment, transcending national boundaries. That means to say you are going to work in various dynamic uh, environment across the boundaries. Cross-cultural exchange, you get to know about goods, services, ideas across diverse culture, fostering cross-culture interactions. Market expansion, you are going to explore new market opportunities beyond domestic boundaries, which provide opportunity for growth and diversification. Adaptability of new technology that will be there. Drive forces, technological advancement, profitability, exploring new market are the key driving forces behind global business. You are going to get good market opportunity, which will yield good revenue, and that will uplift the resource requirement as well. Challenges, of course, there will be challenges, but we cannot stop because of challenge. And holistic approach, business engaged in international trade and commerce, contributing total fabric. Like a lot of fabric, they a lot of things they are contributing to the global economy, right? So it's all about holistic summary in the conclusion, right? And that's all from my side in terms of the topic that was supposed to be covered today, right? So I know that I had been really very fast in terms of delivering it, but thing is like keeping the interest of the time and the topic that was that was given to me. I could not do slower than this. For sure, I couldn't do slower than this, right? So that's all from my side. Let me know. We can have couple of minutes we can have over here, and let me know in case you have any questions so that I'll be happy to answer. And as usual, I'll again share these slides in the team so that you guys can download it. Right. Yeah. Over to you guys. In case you have any questions, please let me know so that I'll be happy to answer, or we'll end our session for today, right? It's exactly what was the time that was given to me, right? So over to you guys. Yeah. So let me know one thing, that whether I was clear in communication, whether you guys were able to understand what I was talking, or it was nuisance for you guys. Was it making some sense, or it was?
Yeah, it was clear.
Hello, Doc.
Good.
Yeah.
I joined in halfway of the lesson, but I enjoyed the lesson. The communication was clear, even if we were fast, but also the pace was not too fast. Was the pace was okay? So I will go through the PowerPoint once you upload it. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right.
I also enjoyed the lesson. The notes are very simplified. I think I was able to follow them clearly. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. So I'm going to end this now. Anyways, you guys will have access of the video as well as the PPT. So it will be good for all of us, right? Thank you guys. Have a wonderful night, and we'll catch up next week. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good week.
Thank you.